Good morning. Welcome back to Rags and Stitches. It's a lovely Saturday morning. Lovely. And it is a day full of sewing and videos here today. So we're going to do lots of projects today. My plan is to do simple ones and do ones that I'm kind of winging it. So this first one is going to be a wing it project. When I say wing it, I mean I have never made one. I don't know what I'm doing. I just had an idea to try this. So that's the first thing I wanted to share with you. The second thing is last night, as you know, I've been practicing the zipper pouches, and I hope you have too. Please leave me in the comments below if you have. I made the cutest, I call it the peacock bag because it's out of peacock fabric and it is lined with felt used as interface instead of interfacing in the place of interfacing, and it is lined with the same fabric inside. So I want to show you, it's one of the best bags I made. Plus I used, if you watch my thrift shop haul, I used the zipper charms that I bought. So this came out lovely. Here we go. I'm very proud of it. I have not ironed it yet, but look how cute, guys. As you can see, the little zipper charm, it's on there really good and sturdy. It's got like a little key ring effect here. So they can just pull it. And let me show you how well it came out. I did the horizontal lines as far as quilting. I did not do the crisscross, but I did the horizontal lines. She came out lovely. I added a little bit of lace trim by the zipper, which I kind of like that. I didn't take it all the way across. I just stopped right here. I think she came out so cute. Inside, now she has not been ironed. When she's ironed, I think you'll see her shape better. But inside is peacock fabric as well, done very nicely. I'm going to show you how well my stitches came out, y'all. We're getting better. Okay, so leave me in the comments below if you've been working on your zipper pouches. I have decided to really start marketing these. When I get really a good little collection going, I'm going to market these. They're very cute, homemade, good little gift for someone. Very sturdy, and they have the little charm. This one has a fleur-de-lis, obviously, because we're in Louisiana. So I bought the fleur-de-lis charms, and I'm so excited because now I have an idea to add these onto my bags. As you can see, the bottom was really put together good. I'm gonna put my hand in here so you can see, and just kind of poof it out. Okay, so all the seams look immaculate. Guys, I can't believe it. I'm getting better and better. Are you getting better and better? I hope so. Um, so that is a project I'm very proud of. I also wanted to add that I purchased some two-sided tape. As you know, in Tamara's Joy on her channel, she used the two-sided tape to hold the zipper in place. Well, it held the zipper in place. However, it added an extra step. I had to clean off quite a bit of it and I just had to really pick at it and peel it because it really sticks. After the zipper was done, because I guess I didn't line it up. I don't know. It was just not lined up. It overlapped. So it kind of interfered. But now I really like using the two-sided tape. It made a world of a difference. So get you some two-sided tape when you're making these bags, which we're going to do another one today. However, this video, we're going to start with a very, very winging it idea I have. Okay. I went to the dollar store and I saw these little mesh bags. Okay. They were $1.25. Mesh pencil case at the dollar store. So I bought a green one and I bought a peach one. What I'm going to do is, with you guys, what I want to try is I want to make it lined with some decorative felt. So basically, I've turned this one inside out. As you can see, the zipper's upside down. I turned it inside out, And what I'm going to try to do or attempt to do, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to have hard to reach places or what, but I'm going to attempt to cover it with the felt in the front and back. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, you'll need 2 pieces of felt and your $1.25 zipper bag from the dollar store or any zipper bag, any mesh zipper bag. And I've got 2 pieces of felt. These I got for 25 cents each. So $1.25, 25, and 25. So I'm just going to add up what we spent on the project as we go along. My only plan is at the moment is to make this and then add a charm on the zipper. However, we may run into problems. I have no idea. I've not used my sewing machine with mesh, so I don't know. Okay, right now I have navy blue thread in my machine. Not so sure that's going to work well. So I want to change it out to pink. And I'm going to sit you up here so you can focus more on the machine and not on me. Okay. Now, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we're going to attempt it. So I've got pink thread. I want to get all of this out, the navy blue, and we want to change the bobbin. And if you don't already have tweezers by your machine, I recommend that you get them. Oh, all right, we're taking out the bobbin. I got a pink one already here. Let's go in there and get it. I'm hoping that I put it together well. Okay. So, we're going to thread our needle. I have a new needle in the machine, by the way. I'm using a Schmetz Blue Jean needle. I use the Blue Jean needle for almost everything, guys. It just works on everything. But I don't do very delicate sewing. I don't want to do delicate sewing. I do mainly thicker projects. So, okay. So my machine is off right now. And again, we're going to put this through the little hole here. Have you ever forgotten this part right here? Sometimes I forget this, sticking it through this hole, and then I go ahead and thread the needle, and then I have to go back and say, oh, wait a minute. I did not thread the needle. When I first started these videos, I typically used the little plastic threaders to thread my needle. Now I just use my tweezers. I think I must have gotten more used to threading. I don't know why it's going up there. I apologize for these camera angles, guys. I don't know why it does that. Okay, so the needle's threaded. Let's put it down and underneath. Let's make sure it rolls nicely. Now we're going to get our bobbin. Pick it up. Put the footer down. What's going on here? Let's see if we can help it along. There it is. All right, we got it. All right, machine is threaded with pink thread. We're using a Blue Jean needle. Schmetz needle. I don't go by sizes, y'all. I just go by what they are. Like, I probably should go by sizes. Uh-oh, I've got a twist here on my needle. Hold on. My fabric twisted when I pulled, my thread twisted when I pulled the, what dinky. There we go. Okay, hold on. Nope. Well, We were making good progress. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's separate first of all so we can see what's going on. Okay. This needs to come back through here. All right. Now we got it. Or do we? No. It's still twisted. What the world? Okay. I don't know. Okay. It should come back this way to be fair. And it's still twisted. Okay. This part must need to come. Sometimes this will happen to you. I got it. Sometimes. No, I don't have it. Sometimes this will happen. And what it is you just need to play with it and untangle it. Mine just seemed to get tangled in the wrong direction. All right. Finally. Okay. We're ready to get started. I think what I'm going to do first is I want to do the back side first to see how this is going to work. Actually, I may do the top first. I think it'll fit and we're going to try it out. So we're just going to go for it, guys. I'm not going to pin it. Probably would be a good idea to put the tape. Well, I don't want to put the tape because the tape, let me tell you, the tape's wonderful, but it will show through here. So I don't really want to do that. We're going to just wing it. We're just going to try it. If I can't get in the corner, which is possible, then we may have to hand sew that corner. But we should be able to get the rest of it. So I'm taking, my bag is inside out. I've turned it all inside out. The zipper is upside down. And I'm going to go right in between that seam, make sure this is open underneath there. And we're going to try this, guys. I don't know what to expect. I'm going to try to sew it not onto the mesh, but about 1/4 of an inch down, 1/4 of an inch seam down from the zipper. So it's actually going to be, you can't really see from there. I apologize, but it's going to be about 1/4 of an inch down. So about half of your fingertip down. We've got the bag inside out. We've got it open, zipper open all the way. Let's try this. Plug in my machine and the light is on. Let's go. Let's start with one stitch forward, one stitch back. Oh, it's seems to. Again, we aren't sure. We're going to have to cut the fabric. The main thing is just to get it sewn into place and move on. Okay, so far so good. Kind of holding it in place as we go so we can sew in a straight line. And I'm using just a regular flat footer for this, guys. Okay, we're going to have problems with the corners, guys. We're going to have to maybe do those by hand. I'm not sure. That's as far as mine wants to go. All right, so we're going to lift up. Let's see. Oh, nice little seam. Okay. So we've got the top, although it is uneven. Okay, let's look at what we have. Because somehow I got off track. It's not surprising. I like this part where it comes slightly over the zipper and it's sewn here. This part is sewn to the mesh and I'm not really a fan of that. So I'm going to undo that seam and move it up with my little seam remover. And I'm gonna just remove it because somehow it got off track and we're gonna re-sew that part. Again, this is what the channel is about, so I can make mistakes so you don't make them. So try to, make sure, and you can use a two-sided tape if you want. I just felt like it would show through on the other side because we're not lining the inside. I just figured out something. We did this wrong, guys. You see, we did it wrong. I forgot the bags inside out. This is what I always seem to do. All right, take the whole seam out. We want to turn the fabric around. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let's take the whole seam out. I did it wrong, guys. But again, this is why that's not working. Let's get the green bag. Screw that. Hold on, I'm going to get the green bag. We're going to turn it inside out, and we're going to unzip it, turn it inside out. We're going to do pink and green. How about that? Hopefully I have another piece of the heartfelt because I don't want to waste time on the video. Okay, so turn your bag inside out. Now we need to decide if we wanted to just, we could actually, instead of turning it inside out, let's decide what we want to do. If we turn it inside out, when we turn it back right side around, it's going to be like this. I'm not so sure I want that. So now I'm thinking, let's just sew it right side and just put it on the right side. So turn your bag back the right way. I think we're going to do it like this. I think we're just going to sew it on the right side because I want this on the outside like that. Okay, so let's try that. We're doing pink still. Let's try that. Trial and error, right? Okay. Now, we want to sew a little bit up here on this seam here. We do not want to sew on the mesh. That's what I'm trying to do. It just looks better. But I probably should pin this or put it somehow to where it will stay in a straight line. However, what I'm going to do is try my best to hook this under here and start back here. It's not going to go all the way to the corner. It's just not, but that's okay. The main thing is to make sure that it is straight. It's on the seam. And we just want to get it to where we're going to go slow. We want to get it to where it's halfway up that seam. Okay. All right. So this is how it should be. And we're going to try it. I don't know. Probably should have cut the bag in half or something, but it's trying to do it an easier way. Like if you want to make a quick gift for a little girl or a school gift, pizza gift, something like that, So let's do slow and just kind of guide it. You can also use your tweezers. I like to use them to keep it lined up. We're going super slow. Staying right on that seam, making sure it's straight. So far, we look all right. And I think try not to get any, if you get any gaps or pulls, just lift up your footer and fix it. Now, I don't think the corner is going to cooperate. We're probably going to have to do the corners by hand, guys. So let's just kind of see how far we can get. I don't know. I might be able to get this end. I really don't want to sew anything. Go ahead and back stitch just in case we mess up. Back stitch again. If I can get that corner, guys. It looks like I can, but then when I turn it, I'll be back on. We got it. All right, we got it. All right, let's take that up. Whee, look at that. See that? Trial and error, guys. Mine's not perfectly straight, but it works. Let me go to the other corner side, cut your thread, and let's see if we can go to this other corner here and get it to, oh yeah, I might be able to. Maybe. This might be a go backwards kind of thing. We might have to backstitch the thing. I'm gonna go forward first, needle down. What the heck? Forgot to put my footer down. Don't do that. I do it all the time. There's gonna be a slight mess up on mine. We're not surprised. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, not bad. Okay, let's see where I have here. Cut your thread. I still think. Be careful, guys, not to get it in your mesh. I've had a. Be careful not to, this lip up here is easy to catch. So be careful not to do that. This doesn't look right. So I'm going to attempt this one more time in this corner. And then we'll move on. I think I'm too low down. Let's go a little further up. And go forward. That's better. Okay. All right, guys. The next step is my plan. Let's see if it'll work. Is to go all the way around. So we can't obviously do the corner like this because we can't sew this area because it will close the bag up. We don't want to do that. We could do that, but it's got lots of opening space there. So basically, we're going to go as close to this seam as we can. It's going to be a little thicker. So as we're going down, we're going to need to really be careful because it's thicker. You got all this bulk to work with, okay, on both sides. So we're going to do both sides. Don't worry if your fabric's hanging off a little bit on the other side because we're going to cut all that off later, okay? So far, it's really cute. Look how cute. All right, but we still don't know if it's going to. Okay, this is where we're going to go ahead, even though this opens up pretty wide, we're going to go ahead and sew both sides. So it's not going to open up as wide as it did, but this again is a quick method. This is not trying to get it, perfect. This is just trying to make a nice little gift in a quick way without having to do a bunch of seams and a bunch of cutting and a bunch of taping and pinning. And this is just a quick little sewing project. All right, here we go. I mean, you can't beat like what, $3.50 for this? This may be a challenge. You may have to pull a little bit, guys, to get it started. Try to go about a half an inch from the seam or a quarter of an inch, however you choose, but try to get it really close to that seam because you want it to catch on the fabric. This is tricky. Make sure. And you're going to stop right before you reach this zipper and pull it out because we're going to have to do a separate seam up here. So let's cut that. That came out nice. Step 2. Okay, cutting all your little ends off, all your little bits. So looks nice. Okay, this is still open. Okay, this up here is still open. We haven't sewn that because we'll sew right into the back of this if we do. So now we're going to sew it. And what we're going to do is do the same thing we did before. We're going to try to lift this open just a bit and see, you know, we just may have to sew it like, you may just have to pinch it and sew it like this, guys. So you'll skip this part about an inch and come up here where it'll still bend open and sew this part. And that's what we're going to have to do. Let's try that. And we shall see how it works. It may be a disaster. I have no idea. I have no idea. We're just going to, and we may not even be able to. It's going to be quite thick. We want to get as close to that edge as we can, guys. Close to the edge as you can. And keep it in line. Oh boy, I hear something doing something. Okay, my machine's acting up. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to go through this or what it's going to do. Okay, we've got an issue. Hold on. Oh, I see. It's my bobbin. Hold on. Not quite sure what's going on here. If you have a little catch in your bobbin, stop and check it out. It may not have been the bobbin, but better than tearing your machine up. Okay. Let's try that again. I don't know. This is pretty thick, guys. I don't really know if this is going to work. But again, this is just a cute little, this isn't some fancy bag we're making. This is like a cute little school bag or, I don't know about this. This is pretty thick. Guide it along gently. Oh, if it starts to pucker, pucker, don't forget to stop. Right there. Oh. Guys, it worked. I'm going to turn it around and show you the front. It really worked. Look at this. It worked. I got to cut the string. So that's what we're shooting for. So now we have one whole side all the way down the front. Let's do the other. Yay, it worked. It's so neat when you come up with an idea and you just think to yourself, you know, I wonder if this would work. And especially if it turns out to be like a cheap idea. All right, this one's going to be a little more trickier because the fabric's hanging off about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches on the edge there. So I'm going to start at the top here. The zipper's going to be kind of in the way, so I'm going to have to move inward a little bit. And kind of check here. I don't know how this is going to work, guys. I don't. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and zip our bag halfway. That's going to make a difference. Go ahead and zip your bag halfway to get the zipper out the way on this side. That's much better. Much better. Okay. Now you can kind of tell what you're doing and try to get as close to the edge. I'm going to have a problem with my machine. I'm telling you, I know my machine. I'm going to have to pull this really good right about there. And then I'm going to have to go back. And then I'm going to have to pull it out and place it further down to keep it nice because it's not going to make it over that bolt. So I'm going to have about, I don't know, an inch where I may have to end up hand sewing or go back at the end and see if I can. You may have a more, you know, a bigger machine that's you know, my machine is a beginner machine. I mean, it's not one of those high fancy, you know, professional machines. So it is limited on some things. I heard something. What was that? Ah, okay. It's just me not having the foot. It scared the heck out of me. Okay, wait a minute. I've made a huge mess up. I'm just gonna put if you make a mistake, just keep going. You can always go back and pull the seam out. It's not fun to do, but you can. Okay, so how it came out was kind of crooked, but you can't really tell because I have extra fabrics. Take it all the way to the bottom. All right. Don't forget to put your footer down. I do it so much, guys. I hate that, but I apologize. I do it so much. And the mess it makes is unreal. Let me get this off of here. I've made a mess on the other side of the mess. Okay, but it really won't matter because I'm going to be covering it. Okay, so let's compare the two sides. We've got it stitched. Now I'm going to cut off the excess right now on this side. You can see all the excess. So let's go ahead and cut the excess felt with our fabric scissors. Yeah, okay. Got it. So now we should have this, okay? This is how it should look, okay? We're ready for our other piece of felt. Hold on. If I can't find it, let's see. I may have to use the one that I sewed on the other bag. It looks like. I thought I had another heart. I thought I had another pink heart, but I don't. So that means I've got to rip the seam out of this, which shouldn't take long. Should only take a minute. And we don't want to mess it up too bad because, you know, we want to use this bag again. So, to give you another tip while I'm pulling the seam, once you get the seam started, you see, it's a lot easier. You can see the threads and kind of go. I find these work the best when pulling a seam. That's just my preference rather than the seam pullers. I just do. Look at that. See how quick it just kind of, and you don't mess up what's underneath or on top. You know, you can cut as you go. Pull, cut, pull, cut. Expose the thread and then cut it. Now, you can do it from the back side. That's fine. Whatever's comfortable for you. I've run into a tight spot, so I may have to go to the back. But again, it is just trial and error. If I break the mesh bag, it's okay because we're going to cover it. Got it. All right, guys, we got it. We're back on track. Now, my ends are a little mangled. So we're going to put them down at the bottom because we're probably going to cut off excess. Okay? So let's get ready to sew this part next. We're going to come to the corner, put it on the front, and sew downward. This is going to be extra cute, guys. Try to line up one side so your cutting is minimal, and that way you're just cutting one side when it comes down to the end of it. Now, what I like about this project, guys, is you get to see what you're doing. You don't have to do everything upside down. That is just so nice. Put your footer down. Backstage. You can actually sew this. Again, the seam is the same. I mean, you don't have to do it exact. Leave the bottom hanging off right now because we're going to go make a closure with that. There's one side. Pull it out. Raise your footer, pull it out. So you should have excess hanging down as such, okay? Now we're going to do the other side. Make sure your zipper's not in the way. I'm just going to go ahead and zip my zipper up because we don't need it open. Make sure this is pulled tight because you want to go right along here, okay? We're going to do the bottom last after we've cut everything, the excess off, okay? So make sure it's flush there. Start here at the bottom. This is a little bit thicker, isn't it? Get it as close to the edge as you can on this side because we're going to be cutting the excess. Put her down. Next it. And go to 10. If you make sure it's pulled taut and line it up, it should come out very nice. But you've got to make sure there's no looseness in it because it's felt. It's not going to look good if it's. It is. You got it. Okay, lift up your footer, pull it out. So we've got our stitching here. We've got our stitching. Oh, sorry, not here yet. We got our stitching here. We got our stitching here. Let's go up here. Now, for this, obviously, we're going to have to open the bag. Open up your zipper. Make sure it's open. We're going to do the top first. Then we'll worry about the excess and the bottom. Make sure it's pulled taut. It's okay if it doesn't go all the way to the very end because, like I said, we've got ways to fix that. Make sure it's down on the zipper. Where you want it. Mine seems to want to do this, so we're going this way. Okay, footer's down, needle down, back stitch. Go to town. Make sure it's pulled taut. Make sure you're trying to go in a straight line. For us beginner sewists, we have to go slow. Like, I go slow, guys. Most people, other sewists, probably go a lot faster than I do. It's not as far as it's gonna go. I might can lift it up and go a little further. I don't know. Maybe. That's all I need. Pull that out. All right, guys, look at that. This might just work out, guys. Look how cute this is. Okay, next step. Let's cut all these strings. Excess thread everywhere. All right, now we've got to figure out what we want to do on the bottom. And I think let's do it like an envelope. I think you could either fold it and make a seam like that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Let's fold it over and give us just enough fabric at the bottom. Just enough felt to sew together to close up the bottom. So cut this much off. Now I've got just enough to fold it over and make a seam. That's what I'm going to do. You do yours the way you prefer, but I'm going to do it this way. You know, guys, this would make a great teacher's gift. Or for a teenage girl, it's just a nice little quick thing to make. Thoughtful for someone. All right, so decide where you want your seam at. I want mine small, down at the bottom, like I don't want it too big. All right, here we go. You see? We're in. All right. This is going to be tricky because it's not pinned. You can go ahead and pin it if you want. Let me get one of my pins off my bracelet. You could go ahead and pin it. I might need to because I tell you why. And just remove them as you go. Because felt, it's pretty user friendly, but you know. You want to stay as close to this edge as you can, though. I mean, because, you know, it's going to shrink the bag a little bit, obviously. That. Right. Great line. You're going to have to hold it as you go, guys. Because I did not put an iron or anything on it. Do you know I have went this whole way with my dang footer up? I wonder it's so loose. It still looks good, but I don't know how. I'm really forgetting my footer today. I'm not usually this bad. Not enough caffeine. I blame the caffeine. Okay, this is a tricky bit right here. Okay, I need my tweezers. Let's make sure to hold that corner down. It's felt. There, perfect. Back stitch it at the end. Remember to back stitch at the beginning and at the end. Not bad, guys. Even with the big screw up of not putting my footer down. I'm really getting mad at myself, guys. I usually don't forget my footer this much. Really, I don't. But since I mentioned it, now I'm forgetting it every time. Okay. I think tend to forget more when I'm videoing. It's hard to video and sew. Mine's not as beautiful, but that's okay. Yours will probably be a lot straighter. This is the side I like. See how it gets too big over here, but that's because I had the footer up. Now we're stuck with an issue. We can make a decision on this. I kind of like it with just this part still out. It doesn't look bad with the little stitch. So I think we're just going to leave it that way. You could, in fact, cover the sides. I don't know that I want to do that. I don't know. What do you guys think? We could cover the sides like this, or we could leave it open like this. I mean, either way looks good. I think I'm going to leave it open on mine. But you make your decision. If you decide you want to sew it completely shut on the other side, go for it. I think I like mine. I prefer some of this green showing. I just think it looks pretty. So just cut it and we're done. What? We're done. Look at this. Absolutely done. How cute is that? Cute. Now, you can add your embellishment if you have. I'm not going to add these expensive ones on here, but you could do. But it has a silver zipper. I'm going to go find me another little charm from when I used to make jewelry, and I think I'm going to do that and put it on here. Clean it up, and you've got your little felt zipper mesh bag. Inside is mesh. Guys, we made this so cheaply. That did not cost an arm and a leg. I've got to fix my side over here with all this because the footer was. You could do so much with this, guys. You could put patches on it. I mean, look how cute it would look with one of my patches. Let's look. Like this, American Babe. How cute is that? So, what did we learn today? Well, we learned we can go to the dollar store and for $1.25, we can buy a mesh bag and for 25 cents each, some felt and make this cutie. I mean, guys, this pencil bag is cute. It's got the little loop right here to put in their binder. It's got, but you don't have to use it for school. And again, you can go around all of this and do whatever you'd like on the edges, but I like the edges loose. I like them a little raw on the edge. Very cute, guys. Well, that's the first project we tried that we had no idea what we were doing, and we did pretty cute, I have to say. Give me in the comments below. Give me your comments. Tell me how you enjoyed doing this little project and how quick it was and how cheap it is. I love it. I would love to try to sew a patch on here. I think it'd be cute. And I'm going to add a little keychain charm. A little charm on the zipper charm. All right, guys, we will see you next time on Rags and Stitches. I hope you liked this project. We're going to do some more in a little bit. I'll be back. See you. Bye.